everybody, and welcome to Off the Hook. I am Pam, and my co-host today is Miss Nancy. So, how is
Hola.
everybody doing?
Hold on. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. All right, so we got Miss Sanja, and she was one of the ones that got gifted one of my memberships. So, congratulations! If y'all scroll up to the top of the
Congratulations.
chat, I did give away 5 memberships. I know Miss Regina got one.
You can play with some emojis.
Yes. So. And YouTube should send everybody that received one an email. So yeah, like Nancy said, y'all can come back, play with emojis. And the emojis. And this is for y'all. First I have to find it. There it is. I like that little song. Hey, Miss Katrina. She said, love and hugs to all. She's going to be listening and getting the little one ready for bed and then crocheting. Woohoo! Hey, Miss Tracy and Miss Chris K and Miss Niecy. Hey, everybody.
Hola, hola.
Reading. I'm getting caught up in the chat, y'all. See, everybody's talking to each other. Hey, Miss Kimberly.
Hello.
Oh, let's see. Miss and Katrina's saying that her little one will be 2 next month. Wow. Time
Already
flies.
2?
Time flies. Hey, Miss Angel. And Steve. And Niecy saying the same thing. I can't believe it's already been 2 years, right? Hey, Nana Michelle. She said in the ads, we're going on the TV, so a blanket hello to all working on a shawl. Ooh, nice.
Hello, Nana Michelle.
All right,
Hey,
y'all.
Kay.
So tonight we are going to work on the basket weave. And this was a stitch. Hey, Mommy. There's my mama.
Hi, Mama Henson.
Or as the grandbabies say, Grandma. But the basket weave was one that, like, for a long time I let intimidate me because it just looked too difficult, but it's really not. Hey, Miss Karen. Woo, she said hello on this hot day, 103. Wow.
Oh,
It is actually 76 here. It's actually really nice today.
It didn't get that hot today, but it's just.
So, but yeah, so the basket weave was one that scared me. And then I had a stitch book and I read it and I was like, well, that doesn't seem so hard because really it's just double crochet. But you do it around the front post and the back post. So if you've ever used front post, back post for making like the brims around your like beanies and stuff, and you already know the basics of how to do it. So we're going to do that tonight. And I think my plan is to just show y'all how to do it. And I'm going to make washcloth. That's what I'm thinking, just to get y'all introduced to the stitch. And then for those that are working along on the blanket, if you're doing the same stitch count as I have, you should have 198 if you followed along with how I said to finish it off last week. And you know what? Did I do? Yes, I did. Making sure I did my 2 rows of single crochet. So what you'll do is you'll just start straight with the double crochet. So you'll just start with your row of double crochet, and that'll make sense here in a minute because what we'll do is we're going to do like a couple of foundation rows with this, and then we'll start in on the basket weave. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I was excited, and I went and saw your tutorial, and I already started my projects.
Yay!
It was fun. It's like, oh, that was easy.
So what am I using? I'm going to use Crafter Secret cotton, 100% cotton. And we're going to use a J hook because that's what's sitting right here. I'm going to turn my camera. Maybe.
I'll show my little sample, then I'll show what I'm working on.
Cool.
Let me switch my camera.
Yeah, I got to figure out my sign is so I can figure out where I'm at.
Camera. There we are. Let me get lower.
And well, here, hold on. I can do like this.
There's my sample that I did following Pam's tutorial. It's hard to
You
tell.
know,
There you go. Now you can see it.
and basket weave works good in variegated. It works good in a solid. It works good in a self striping. It is a pretty versatile
So
stitch.
I have myself a little bag here. See, it says "Be Creative Stitch of the Month."
Yay! Hey, Susan.
So all my little swatches and stuff are in here. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with them, but they're on one spot.
Okay. Let me find all my little swatcheroos here.
So I started using. I'm making a lap gam for a birthday present,
Yeah.
and I started using some yarn that Miss Sanita sent me almost a year, over a year, almost a year. I don't remember. It's been so long. She sent me 7 skeins of this.
Scooch it over. Oh, you haven't got it out yet?
Yeah, I'm getting it. I'm getting it out now.
Okay, well while you're doing that, I'm gonna make me a little bit bigger so I can show them. Okay, so this is how it works up. I turned my light and you can really tell it is bright tonight. So that's it in a solid. And here it is in a variegated. And it gives you this really squishy fabric.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hello, Connie B.
it would work well to, hey Connie, to do it in or to use it for a dish drainage mat because it's already thick. And I was thinking about this earlier too. You could probably do it for like a hot pad. I don't know if you would need two. I don't know if you would need 2 layers for a hot pad.
Oh, to put a hot pot on it.
Yeah. You definitely could, and then put like the heat protector. Yeah. But anyway, well, we're gonna make a washcloth. Oh, did you get it? Here, let me switch so you can show what you were telling.
This is what I'm going to be using. It's
Sweet
called this
roll.
Premier Sweet Roll, and the color is, where is it? Pansy Pop.
There it is, pansy.
And look at the street.
It was meant to be.
Oh, but if anybody doesn't know, that's my last name, Caldwell. But I'm already about to finish the third skein. This is what's left of the third skein, and this is what it's looking like so far. Let me grab it.
Chris
Ta-da!
Chris K says the scrub off is making this stitch a challenge. I would have thought it would have made it easier because you didn't have to work into a stitch. You could just go around a stitch, but I guess it could just be it's just a challenge to work with scrub off anyway. That's looking great, Nancy.
So this is on the, like I said, the third skein, which is about to end. And I need to find out which one, because this one is turning from purple to gray, but I need to see which one of these is going to be gray, because I don't want it to abruptly change where it's not supposed to. Ooh, what was that? My little
Let's see,
baby
Miss
fell.
Nisi said she's going to be in the background working on a gumball Afghan for the Mountain State Children's Home. Awesome.
Here we go. This one starts with gray in the center.
There you go. Good deal. Here, flop your thingy back open for a second.
1 second.
Because the way I do basket weave, and it's just a me thing, and a lot of tutorials and a lot of patterns won't have you do it this way. Hey, Miguel. Uh-oh, he got sick this morning while he was at the doctor. Thankfully, he was there, so he will be listening. Well, I hope you get to feeling better, and thanks for tuning in and listening. Okay, so a lot of patterns will have you do 3, like it'll have you do 3, but then on your little cross beams there, it'll only have you do 2.
Mm-hmm.
I like them to be even because I'm a weirdo. But now that being said, if I'm doing one like this, but I was thinking I might do some where I mix it up so that it looks like,
One, two, three.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so, like, I like my little, I call them cross beams. That's not what they are, but like the little cross stitches. That way, you've got three going one way, three going the other. But I'm thinking I might play around with it and do like four and then two so that it looks like, because, when you're weaving, sometimes you have, like, if you're using ribbon, or
Yeah.
you'll have thicker ribbon and thinner ribbon, or kind of like plaid, or
See, the thing with this one, because it's got 3 rows of the front post, but because one is purple and the other two are gray, it seems like it's only two.
right. And that's why you can cross, and I'll show y'all this here in a little bit, but you can count where the double crochets are kicked forward, so it's really easy to keep track of how many rows you've done. So, but anyway, so that's just a personal choice. So, like, if you read another tutorial or read another pattern and you're like, that's not what Pam said, that's fine. It's a me thing, and that's all, I think I say that in my tutorial too, but I just wanted to let
Yeah.
y'all know that as well, just because that's just how I do it. Hey,
Okay,
Rudy.
this is
Hey, Thrifty.
about 20, 27, 28 inches wide. 28 inches wide.
Cool babies.
It's
And
gonna be
y'all,
like for a
Nancy,
wheelchair.
that's what I was going to say. She's making a lap gun for a wheelchair, for somebody that sits in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
So, Rudy says, episode of the year he was born. Awesome. Alrighty, let me switch us around here and let's get started. Okay, so let me grab a piece of paper first. Now that I've already switched us. Let's see here. Because we'll just use this. Okay, so for the basket weave, your stitch count is going to depend upon how many post stitches you want to do. So you can do it in 2, 3, 4, 5, however many you want, with the exception of one. If you do one front post, one back post, and then go to the next row to do that, that's going to give you the rice stitch, which is another stitch, not the basket weave. So anything over 2. So if you did 2, 2 up, 2 down, 2 up, then you're going to make your multiple in 2s, and then we'll add 2 more, one for either end. But I like to do mine in an odd multiple, because if I start with the front post, can y'all see this? Do I need to zoom in? I know. I make things more difficult than they have to be.
Chris says, thank you for the tutorial, Pam.
You're welcome. I like them to be in an odd multiple, because I like to start, if I start with the front post, I like to end with the front post. You don't have to do that. But if so, you need it to be in an odd multiple. So like this one would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 is an even number, yes, but if you divide it by 2, you're going to get 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that would be your multiple. So it would be an odd multiple of 2. So, and then same thing, you can do it with 3s, you can do it with 4. So whatever you choose to do.
Thank you, Miguel. He said, Nancy, beautiful blanket.
Thank y'all. Several other people told you it was really pretty too.
Oh, I missed it. I'm sorry.
Yep, they were telling you it looks good.
I was looking down.
So whatever stitch count you choose to do it in, whether it's 2s, 3s, 4s, whatever your multiple is, if you want it to start and end the same, it's going to be an odd multiple of that number plus 2. And that is for your anchor stitches on either end. I like to do a half double for an anchor stitch to get my rows started. You do not have to do that, but that's just a me thing again. Or if you wanted to go ahead and build in a border as you go, then you can do 3 or 4 half doubles to start each row, and then that will give you a border all the way around your blanket. So when you're done, you're done. You don't have to do anything else with it. And then you'll add your starting chain. So yeah, that's how I do it. I I didn't go into this much detail in the tutorial, but I thought I would share that with y'all. And yeah.
Well, the fourth skein is actually starting with purple. So what I'm doing is balling up the whatever purple is there to use it later, and start with the gray.
Okay. And that way you can.
Because I don't want to have like three little bundles of gray and then back to purple.
True.
So I'm just I can use this little ball of yarn for something.
Oh, I need to zoom me back out just a smidge. And Miguel says, thank you to everybody for the well wishes. And that went way too far. I don't know why it does that. There we go. And he said he's made some dishcloths and scarves using the basket weave stitch. I've added it to blankets. Okay, and so y'all, you can work this in the round for a beanie. You can also work it flat in the round to add it to blankets. You can, yeah, so, or whatever. It doesn't have to be a blanket, I don't suppose. It could be anything. But yeah, you can work it. It's a very versatile stitch. And Nisi said she loves that purple and gray together.
Yeah, this is pretty.
Miss Rachel is going to listen while driving home. So
look,
we're on the
radio. The size that I have here, it's a mug rug.
Hey, that works.
And it's nice and squishy, so it'll absorb a lot.
I like it.
Me too. It was like, oh, it's pretty. I had to get used. I had to get used to where the front posts are two different colors. Like, it's not tall enough, but then I go, oh yes, it is. It's right here.
Because of the way it's changing.
Yeah, but it's changing. It's how you say it. It's even. So if you look at it,
yeah, it's looking great.
So it's like
it's looking fabulous.
So it's working out good.
Okay, so show of hands. Okay, so do we want to do this sample, this washcloth? Do we want to do it in multiples of 2, 3, or 4? 4 is going to give us a wider band, obviously, and 2 will give us a narrower band. The tutorial that I did is in 3s.
I like the 3.
So we got 1 vote for 3. I'm going to give y'all a second to put that in there, and I'm going to go ahead and...
Karen says 3. Hey, Karen!
Okay, so we got another vote for 3. Hey, Darcia, welcome in.
Hi, Darcia. What am I doing? I have to keep on.
Susan says 4. Where is my tail?
We got a lot of lurkers.
Alrighty. Okay. Let's see. Karen said she did. Steve. Karen said she did pillow covers in the basket stitch in 3s. Steve says 72. Angel said 3. Sandra said she started with 3, but just whichever way. Okay, so let's just go with 3s. We'll go with 3. Okay.
Angel said 3.
Oh. And on my blanket,
and
the big blanket. 3. Okay, so we're going to go with 3s. On the big blanket that we're doing, so I know Susan is doing it along. Let me just double check, but I'm pretty sure on the blanket you're going to do it in 4s, but let me just double check my math. Yes. On the blanket you'll do it in 4s. So that's for Susan, because I know she's doing the blanket, and anybody else that is doing the blanket, you'll need it to be in 4s in order for the stitches to work out based on that. But so for this one, we're going to do it in 3s. So we need to, okay, so 18, 21, 24, 20.
I'm glad I'm not counting because I would have been.
Well, I'm counting up. It needs to be an odd multiple. So let's just do 21. We'll just do a small dishcloth. So go ahead and chain 21. Okay, and then once you get your 21, that's going to give you your multiple for the stitches. Okay, then you're going to add 2 more, and that's going to give you your anchor stitches. Okay, and the reason I show it like this is because that way, if you're doing it in another multiple in a project that you want to do for yourself, you'll the 2 at the end and then your turning chain will be in addition to whatever your multiple chain is. Okay, so we've added the 2 for our anchor stitch, and now I'm just going to do 1 more chain, and then let's do 2 chain. So 2 more chains. And then instead of doing a foundation row, we're just going to go ahead and jump straight into the double crochet.
Oh, no.
Yeah, let's just do that. And then work a double crochet in each stitch all the way across. Yeah. No, let's not do that. Sorry, y'all. Back it out. Take out one of those.
Beep, beep,
yep.
beep.
I'm going to do half doubles instead. So I took out one of my chains, and then I'm going to work in a second chain across, and then I'm going to do a row of half doubles. Just because. Sorry, y'all. It's my process.
Stick with your process. You change and you get all confused.
I know. So when I get across here, I should have 22, 3, 4, 24, right? No.
Oh.
21, 22, 23. I should have 23.
Hello, Samantha.
Hey, Samantha. Welcome in. So if you wanted to do a border all the way around, then you would just add however many extra stitches that you wanted to start and miss with. Samantha, we're just now getting started. And I chained.
Even without the border, look how straight it looks.
Mm-hmm.
So if I don't want to add a border, it looks pretty good.
And what I did with the blankets that I made, rather than do a border at the end, I just kind of worked my border into it. And what I did was I did, I don't remember, 2 or 3 rows of half double. And then I would start each row with however many, like if I did 2 rows of this, then I did, started with 2 half doubles instead. That way it kind of gave like a flat edge. And the basket weave was in the center. So we may do that on another project just to show y'all a little more about what I'm talking about. Okay, so I should have 23. Let me just double check. Yay, and I do. Okay. So then chain 1 and turn, and then for this row, you're just going to do a double crochet. I'm just going to go ahead and start with a stacked double because, that's how we've been doing it for all the other ones. So we'll just do it that way for this one. Or you can chain 2, however you want to do that, and then just work a double crochet in each stitch all the way across. Samantha says to Miss Nancy, what are you working on right now?
I'm working on a lap gann using the basket weave.
And Miss Samantha says she wants to try the stitch. We'll grab your yarn and stitch along. I also have a tutorial out for this stitch. I did put the link to it in the description box below.
that's the tutorial I followed to make my little swatch, and it worked out pretty quick. That's why I thought, wait a minute, I can make a nice little lapgan. I wasn't sure if I was gonna have enough yarn, but I think I am. I think if after the fourth skein is done, I'll see if I need to make it longer because I don't want it to be dragging too low.
And y'all, if I get out of frame, just yell at me because I noticed my hands are like way up here. I'm trying to like keep them back here. So just yell at me. Just be like, girl, you out of the frame. We can't see what you're doing.
Because the person that I'm giving this to is only 4'7", so she don't need it to be that long. Just enough to cover the little lap.
Okay, so the first row is the only one that you're going to start and end with a double crochet. And then you're going to chain one and turn. Into this first stitch, work a half double. Okay, now these next 3 posts here, Miguel said, Big Daddy seems to be feeling some better. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that.
I saw his video today.
So these 3 are, you're going to work 3 front post double crochets, one around each of those. So if you've never done a front post double, you're going to yarn over just like you're doing a regular double crochet. Hola, Maritza. Then you're going to take the hook, and on the front of your work here, on the front of your project, you're going to slide your hook behind that post. So instead of working up here in the top of the stitch, you're going to go around the post. Then you're going to yarn over again and draw up a loop. Pull it underneath that post. Then you're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2 to complete your double crochet. And now you've just done a front post double crochet. And then you're going to do that 2 more times. So going in front, just go behind that post. And then work a double crochet. Hey, Zach.
Hello, Zach.
He said it wouldn't let him chat on his phone and the chat wasn't there. I know. Don't you hate when it does weird stuff like that?
Technology.
So then one more, going in the front of the work, pulling that post to the front and work a double crochet. So now you've just made 3 front post double crochets.
Like that.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to work in these next 3 back post double crochets. So we're going to yarn over and go behind your work this time.
I find that the back posts are a little harder to get around than the front posts.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
It's just getting used to getting back there.
And that's the thing, just getting used to it. So you're going to take your hook, go behind your work, and bring that hook up beside the post. And then you're going to go take your hook in front of the post. And now you're pushing that post to the back. Like that. So then yarn over and pull that back like through. This. Yeah, I know. This is where I was having trouble. Yeah, it is the back one work because my hook, I kept wanting to hook it to the yarn behind.
Yeah, I have to turn my hook a certain way for it to release the post.
Yeah. Hey, Sandra.
Hey, Sandra.
And then yarn over and then complete your double. Zach said to fix it, he had to restart his phone. And then on this next one, you're going to do the same thing. Yarn over, go from behind, push that to the back. And double. Yarn over to the back, push it back, and double. Y'all let me know if I'm going too fast or if you need to see it again, if you need me to slow it down.
The first row, it was hard to see the basket weave part, but once you get to the other rows, it's like, oh, there it is.
And on this first one, it's up to you as to whether or not you want to count this row, this double crochet row, as your first row of the basket weave or not. Because on the future ones, this one is going to be the last row of the row before, so it's not going to be included in your stitch count. That's totally up to you. If you choose to let it count, then you will only have two little, when I'm calling them crossbars, what it is where the half double, or I mean, it's where the double crochet, it's where the normal spot where you would have your stitch would be. So it's where the post has either been pushed forward or pushed back. Niecy says, I'll be back, hanging 10 in the ads. So that's how
It's already 9:30.
It is. All right, so now we've done 3 and 3. So now we're going to go back here to the front and do 3 more front posts.
Is there a name for a stitch that does front back post, front back post, front back post?
Yes, front post, back post, front post, back post is called the rice stitch.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Connie, welcome in.
Hey, Connie.
Niecy said, "Wow, that one was short." Yeah, most of them should be fairly short, but I just have them set to come every 30 minutes. That's the max amount allowed of spacing them. Okay, then we're gonna do 3 more in the back. So anybody in the chat, let me know if you need me to slow down or do a front post or back post again slower, and I will do so. And then you're going to do 3 more in the front, 3 in the back, 3 in the front, and just keep doing that all the way across until you have 1 stitch left.
The only thing that I wasn't fond of is this right here.
Oh, the stripe.
Yeah, but once it started, it's it's more consistent. It's like, oh, it looks like it's part of it.
And that's like if you're using multiple color or if you're doing a self striping.
Because I wasn't sure. It's like, oh my goodness, is this right? Is it going to work okay?
And I was like, yes, trust the process.
Like right here. So after a few rows, like, oh, it's part of the pattern. You see?
Alrighty, I'm at the end here. I've got 1 stitch left, so we're going to work a half double crochet into this last stitch. Let me make sure I'm in the right spot here. And I am. And a half double to end. So that is what we have. Now we are going to chain 1 and turn. We're going to undo. Okay, now that we've turned, all of our previous row front posts are now back posts. So what you're going to do is you're just going to do whatever stitch you can see. So this one here, so now you're going to start this row with the back post. So you're going to do 3 back post double crochet, then 3 front posts because these have now become front posts because it's what you can see. So you'll do back, front, back, front, back, front, back, and then end with a half double. So have I totally lost anybody yet? So just do what you can see. So around this, Samantha said, is this stitch hard? It's not too hard once you get the hang of it. It's just learning the concept of it. So around these here, because these are back posts now, you're going to work 3 back posts. And then right here are front posts, so it's going to be 3 front posts. And Samantha, Miss Nancy, is working on a lap gan in the basket weave stitch. And then these 3 here are be back, front, front, and then we'll end with back and a half double. So we'll go ahead and do that. So I chained 1 and turn in this first stitch, work a half double. And for those that are wondering why I'm starting with a half double versus a double, it's because I'm doing this post, or because we're doing post stitches, it makes this stitch a little bit shorter than a traditional double crochet. That's what makes it so squishy, because you kind of got overlapping. So it's almost like it's a double thickness in places. But the half double is about the height that the stitch ends up being. You can start with a double. It's just going to pull those stitches a little taller. So we're going to yarn over, we're going to go behind, and then we're going to come up between where this one has folded up or folded down, and just slide right across and push that post to the back, and then work a double.
I asked about the front post, back post, because I've done that for hat brims.
Yes. Okay, now front post, back post, front. Okay, if you just continue doing it, but you don't switch it off on the next row, I don't know that it has an exact name. Yeah. Sandra said the first time she did the basket weave was a hat, and the only tutorial I could find was in German, and I just had to watch her hands. That was learning experience. I bet. I've watched a lot of videos like that. I are Japanese ones, and
oh yeah, I've seen a lot. I was like, do I really want to watch this?
Yep. Because I had a friend, she wanted me to make a shawl for her daughter, or a wrap for her wedding, and yeah, it was in Japanese. Samantha, I have not picked the July stitch yet. So for these 3 here, we're going to work 3 front posts. So you're just going to slide right behind that stitch. So you're going to the front of your work, and you're going behind the stitch and pushing that post to the front. That's what makes it front post. And then work a double. Same. And 1 lower. And then do 3 back posts. And then that's the repeat. 3 back posts, 3 front posts, 3 back posts, 3 front posts, all the way across.
There should be a song.
3 back posts, 3 front posts. And when will I pick the July stitch? I will pick it on my craft. What do you call my Saturday crafty thing? It's not craft with me, because that is Nancy's. Let's Get Crafting. I will pick it on my Let's Get Crafting. Yes, I will pick it on my Let's Get Crafting, which is this Saturday. The little spinny wheel of mystery will select our stitch.
Yes, that's at.
It is Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
So it's 7 p.m. Eastern.
Yes.
Okay.
And that is when we will pick the stitch.
Hello, Miss Lisa.
Hey, Lisa. Welcome in. And then we're going to do 3 in the back. Whoop.
Saturday the 8th?
Yes. I don't have it scheduled yet, but it will be this Saturday, the 8th. Yes, ma'am, this Saturday. And then when you get to the very end, you'll do a half double into that last stitch of the row. Chain 1 and turn. And this is where I was saying you could either choose now, since you've got 3, or it looks like 3, And that's probably why a lot of the tutorials, Lisa, we are doing the basket weave stitch. Tell you to only do 2 because they're counting this row. This row is getting double duty. It's counting as the last row of the one and the first row of the next. Not yet, Miss Samantha. I have not scheduled it yet. I will schedule it
before
probably
Saturday.
in the morning, maybe tonight if
Yeah. Before Saturday, right?
but I will get it scheduled. I actually meant to get it scheduled. I meant to schedule it when I did this one yesterday and I just forgot. So I'm going to go ahead and do one more. That way you can see what I'm talking about with the 3 lines here. Let's go ahead and do one more row of the basket weave. Again, you're just going to do what you see. So we're going to do 3 front posts, 3 back posts, 3 front posts, 3 back posts. So we've just chained 1 and turned. Whoop. In this first stitch here, work a half double.
Welcome back, Connie.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Miss Connie's back. So then we're going to work 3 front posts. And then we'll do 3 back posts. And we'll work that all the way across. Hey, Miss Jen Reeves. She's lurking in the treehouse. And Miss Rachel is at home. Yay! And Lisa said they have a long weekend. It's the King's birthday weekend for her. Awesome. Do they have a lot of festivities or do you just get to have a nice long weekend?
Just take it off.
Mm-hmm. Do y'all do like a cookout like we do here in the States for certain holidays, or is it or do you just get to enjoy the nice long weekend? Welcome back, Miss Darcia.
Hello, Miss Darcia again. No, just a nice weekend, she said.
Awesome.
Sorry.
Enjoy your weekend.
The muscle in the back behind my knee just decided to
cramp up on you.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. I think most of y'all know, but Miss Lisa is in Australia. Alrighty, so I've got 3 more front posts, and then we'll chain 1 and turn. Oh no, we'll do 3 front posts, then do a half double. For those that watched my tutorial, y'all probably saw that I skipped 1.
Yes, I saw that.
I even let y'all know.
But I saw the note, the little
disclaimer.
Yes.
Okay, so here we go. So here is how I know I have done 3 rows, because let me move you here so you're not clanking. Because now I can see I have 3 rows of the double kicking forward. So we got 1, 2, 3. Boop, boop, boop.
1, 2, 3.
Alrighty, so now we're going to chain 1 and turn. And this is where it's going to get a little different. So we're going to start out with a half double. Okay, now the only time you're going to do the opposite is every 3rd row. Is when you're starting your 3rd row. I guess it'd be every 4th row.
4th row.
Yeah. Okay, so now when you see this back post, we want to make this back post become a front post. And that's what's going to give you the woven look. That's what's going to give you the basket weave. So for this back post, we're going to turn it into a front post. And it's easy peasy to do that. All you're going to do is you're just going to work a front post. So you're yarn over, go in front of your work, and go behind that post. And you're going to draw it up. And then just work a front post double crochet.
What did Tracy win?
I don't know.
But congratulations her win. I want to know.
And Miss Samantha wants to know, how many chains did you do for your blanket, Miss Nancy?
For my little, hold on, let me get my notes.
Okay.
Because I did write it down just in case I wanted to redo it.
And oh, Jen said she wants some hooks. She hopes she likes them because they're pretty. So while she's doing
Cool.
that, so we're gonna do 3 front post double crochet. So again, you go in front of your work, take your hook behind that post, and bring that post to the front, and then work a double crochet or front post double crochet.
I did 91 because it was 87, which is a multiple of 3, plus 2, plus 2.
There you go. 91 chains, Miss Samantha.
And I'm using a K hook.
And then we'll do one more. So front of the work, pull that double crochet post to the front and complete your double. And that's starting to give you, so now it looks like that has gone behind these and it's coming back out the other side. And now we're going to take these front posts and turn them into back posts. And you're going to do it the same way by turning as you did the back post on the previous row. So you're just going to yarn over, go behind your work, come up right here in this little opening. Take your hook in front of that post and go through this little opening, pushing that post to the back. And then work your double crochet. And Nancy is right. It is sometimes a little bit harder on the back post. My hook tends to want to get hooked on this yarn right here. So you may just have to turn your hook a little bit. Lisa said, I can see this stitch in a baby blanket. Yes, it's a great stitch for a blanket. It is a very squishy fabric. The basket weave is a yarn eater because it is giving you such a dense, squishy fabric. Oh, which reminds me too, if you are working on the blanket, if you're doing the blanket, go up a hook size if you're continuing along in the stitch along blanket like I'm doing. So if you have been using a J hook like I have been using a 6.0, go up to a K 6.5. Right now I'm using a J hook for this one, but for the blanket, go up a hook size. Let me bring this over here. Okay, so this was my little test swatch. So this was the iris stitch. I used a J hook for this. This right here, I went up to a K. When I kept it the same, because this, again, because like I said, it's a dense fabric. It's drawing in on itself. It went in a lot. It went in quite a bit. This is still going to draw in just a tiny bit. Even going up one hook size, y'all can see I have a little bit of extra on this side and one stitch on this side. But it'll work itself out. But yeah, because I can't crochet loose enough, and to me it's just easier to go up a hook size so that I don't have to worry about that. And Samantha, what do I mean when I say it's a yarn eater? It takes a lot of yarn. It takes more yarn than, so say you're making a blanket just doing double crochet, you're going to need more yardage if you want to do it in the basket weave to get the same size blanket, because of the way the stitches are, because it kind of overlaps itself. So it's going to take more yarn to get the same size project using other stitches. Hey, Rebecca, welcome in.
Hello, Miss Rebecca.
Okay, so we're going to do 2 more back posts. So yarn over, behind, push that post to the back. And then kind of like what Nancy was saying, I'm going to turn my hook. I guess I can show y'all that. And then kind of turn it down so that it will stop hooking.
Yeah.
Stop hooking. So it'll stop catching this yarn right here.
I turn mine like.
Yep, same. Oh, let's see. Samantha said, "Will I go back down to the 6 millimeter for the blanket for July?" It depends on what stitch it chooses. There's one other stitch that I'm gonna have to use the larger hook for, um, but
But we
I
won't
won't
know
know until
until
this. I won't know
Saturday.
until till the stitch gets picked, and then yarn over and to the back, and one more back post. And then we're going to take these 3 back posts, make them front post, and that's the repeat for this one. And then the next 2 rows, so if y'all are finished up and you want to cruise on without me, the next 2 rows, you're going to do the same stitch that you can see like you were doing before. So when you flip it around, you'll be starting with a front post. And Miss Darcia wants to know, Miss Nancy, what size hook are you using again?
Okay.
She's using a K 6.5.
Susan Bates.
And Miss Angel said an Easter blanket with a rabbit or duck applique added would be great with a stitch.
Oh, yeah, for a basket.
Mm-hmm. And Rachel said she used the basket weave to make a scarf last year. And thick stitches like this, I know it's not technically a weighted blanket, but it does make a heavier blanket than just a standard
Oh, yeah,
blanket.
it is heavy already.
But because also what we were saying before too, because it is such a thick stitch, it's good to make like a dish drying mat. So like if if you wanted to set your dishes on it, and it gives a little bit of cushion.
I was thinking of getting one of my Folgers coffee containers
Mm-hmm.
and paint it because it's red right now,
Yeah.
and then do like a cozy for it.
Oh, that would be cute.
Because we have tons of them. We have little ones and we have big ones. So I may do take one of the little ones and big ones and make a coordinating set of baskets.
Cool. Okay, so here we go. So I've just done one. So I've got one row. So there's my little one row flipped forward. So now I've done one. And then we're gonna chain one and turn. And Miss
Hello, little
Samantha, are you
Lego.
wanting to see my blanket or Nancy's blanket?
Uh,
Hey,
Did,
little Lego.
did little Lego join the dark side?
He did. He's the yard dude now. Okay, so we're gonna turn it, and so now we're gonna work 3 back posts, 3 front posts. So just working what the stitch that you can see for the row before, and you're gonna do 2 rows like that. So whatever stitch you see, we're gonna do those. Okay, Samantha, I haven't done anything on my blanket in a little since last month, but I'll show you how it finished up for May because I haven't started the basket weave yet on it. But I will switch now that I've shown y'all this and let y'all see Miss Nancy's blanket for a minute.
Speaking of last month, if you guys did anything with the Irish stitch, don't forget to email it to Miss Pam.
Yes, because I need to do a
If
slideshow showing y'all stuff.
mm-hmm.
And I was gonna set alarms, y'all. I was gonna set an alarm for like at Eastern time, 9:05 to remind me to do the Jeopardy question, and then at 9:15 to drop the answer. And do you think I got that done? No. We're just gonna attempt to remember, since that's worked so well for me. And Miss Samantha would like to know, Nancy, what yarn are you using for your blanket?
It's called Sweet Roll from Premier, and the color is Pansy. Pansy Pop.
Do, 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 do.
And it came in some Happy Mail.
Cool. Happy Mail is wonderful. Little Lego says he has two channels. This one is a crossover channel.
Oh, okay.
Cool beanies. Do, 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 do. Hey, Mishi, welcome in.
Is she?
And Miguel says, check his community page for pic of leghorn chicks cozied up for the night. Aw. Hey, Renee. Natural Nate in the house.
Hello, Miss Renee.
And then we're going to do one more row. Again, mimicking the stitch that you can see. So if you can see a front post, do another front post. If you see a back post, do another back post. Mishi said, basket weave. I love it. It is a fun, squishy fabric. Everybody's welcoming in Miss Mishi.
And the purple that you see on the screen is not the purple that is actually in person.
Yeah, purple is a hard color for cameras to pick up. For some reason on mine, every time I show a purple, it wants to look blue.
Uh-huh.
Mishi said, my short finally uploaded. What is it? 10-second videos take an hour to upload. Mine the other day were taking forever to upload. Yeah, like sometimes I can upload a short and it's like 2 seconds, boom, and it's loaded. And then other times I'll look and it'll be like processing. I'm like, come on.
Look, my nails match my yarn.
Oh, pretty. Maybe I'll get around to doing my nails this weekend. We shall see. Possibly, potentially, highly unlikely, but probable.
I did a short when of the granny square cane with the black
Mm-hmm.
where I was cutting it in half to show the inside.
Yeah.
I almost has 4,000 already.
Woohoo!
And then some other ones are barely 200. I'm like, what's the deal?
Uh-huh.
But
Okay.
it's pretty cool. I'm gonna be making some more of those canes.
Those are pretty cool. And little Lego said, depends on how large it is, MBs or GBs. And that could be it. I may have recorded it in a higher def. I don't know. Mishi said that's one appointment I go to every 2 weeks. Nails. I was going to get my nails done, but then I went to doing them myself. And as you see how that lasted. Well, mostly I was trying to let them grow out. But yeah. Yeah. But now I'm gonna start doing them myself. I just
Mine
had
is
to.
short. I don't like keeping my nails too long.
I like them longer than this though. But um, I gotta get them back healthy. But they're almost there. Okay, so now we've got 3 little rows of the little double crochets pushed forward. So that's 1, 2, 3. So it's really easy to count your rows on this once you know what you're looking for. So yeah, 1, 2, 3. So I've just done the 3 rows of the basket weave, and now I'm going to chain 1, and we're ready to switch it off again. So every time you see a back post, you're going to do a front post. Every time you see a front post, you're going to do a back post. And that's and that is the repeat. So Miss Mishi, I am using Crafter Secret cotton that I picked up. Did I pick this one up on clearance? No, I just picked this one up on sale. I did not pay $2.99. I paid $2.99 at 30% off. But I picked this up at Hobby Lobby. It's just 100% cotton. And then now I'm just making a little washcloth.
Sometimes because like this one here has the color changes in these rows. This is how I sometimes count. I go, I put my hook through here. That's 1, that's 2, and that's 3.
That works too.
Because I was having trouble. Like, wait a minute, I see 2 here, but then the other one's down here.
kind of hiding.
Yeah.
So like I
Miss
was
Michi, I'm using the Premier Sweet Roll and Pansy Pop.
cool beanies. So for everybody that's coming in, what I was saying at the beginning of the stitch here, I start and end each row with a half double. I call it my anchor stitch. I don't know that that's technically what it's called. That's just what I was calling it for sake of getting a word to call it on. You can start straight with the basket weave, but I always just do an anchor stitch to start and end. So these three are now going to become front posts, these back posts. Little Lego says he makes his high quality so he can imagine 100 gigabytes. Chris K says it's 9 p.m. I know. I wait for the ads, and then at 9:05 I'll do the question.
You got an alarm clock there now.
Yup. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then these three fronts are gonna become backs. And I don't know if Miss Carrie is lurking. She was texting me earlier asking me what stitch we were doing. So to Miss Carrie and Brandy, if you are lurking, howdy do.
Yeah, I'm switching it up now. I'm bringing the back to the front here to
Looks
make
like
that one
I'm
at
make us
front.
side by side. There we go. Then I'm gonna make these back ones to the front. And that is what is creating the woven look. So if you've ever been afraid of this stitch, don't be scared. Just try it. If you can double crochet, once you get the hang of the front post and the back post, um, it's not so it's not a scary stitch. It looks more complicated than it is. Same thing with doing cables.
I've done back post and front post, but I've never, like I said, I've done it for a brim that I have, which is back front. But I've never done it where you can actually see a little basket.
Where you can do it. Yep. Let's see here. Let me scrolly. Miss Mishi said she is working on a Mary Maxim basket weave blanket kit for a coworker. She said, well, been working on it and 12 other projects. I usually have a blanket going and other projects in between. I currently have 2 blankets going just because I've got the stitch along blanket and then I'm making a blanket for my niece. Lego says, remember my Ghost Wing movie? The master is nearly 6 gigabytes and it's only 20 minutes. I started trying to do mine like that, but I do most of my videos on my phone, so I instead of doing 4K, 4G, 4G, 4 no, it's 4K, right? When you're recording, I went back to 1080. Because it was taking up way too much space, which I could, I suppose, if I took it off every time I did a video, if I went ahead and just put it onto the external hard drive, it would be easier. And Lisa said it's 12:03. Now it's 12:04 on a Friday afternoon for her. Awesome sauce. And Miss Misha says hello to her future friend.
I have a doll order that I'm working on, but since I'm a day late because her birthday was yesterday. But she knows, so it's like it's like I'm not. I didn't forget about her. So this is what I'm working on until I finish. Then I go back to the doll. I got the head and one leg done. But once I finish this, I should be able to get at least the body done this weekend.
Mm. And Darcia said this does remind her of a cable stitch. Yeah, and if you're doing a cable stitch, it is a little more challenging to do a cable because your stitches are going to go slanted instead of up and down. But yeah, so let me zoom this back just a smidge. And now you can see, so it's going in and up and down, up and down, up and down. And if you feel like these are too long for you, like if you feel like that's wider than your crosses, it's fine to just do 2. It's okay.
I did that. I did that on the sample.
Hmm.
I'll show you because
And I,
for me it looked a little weird at one point. See right here, this one.
mhm,
Oh, did I do that or no?
the bottom one,
No, they are the same. One, two, three.
no,
One,
the
two,
very
three.
bottom.
The very bottom one is a little bit longer than these up here.
And see, like this one here is so bright, it's getting washed out. It's getting blown out.
Yeah.
Like this was my like sample one. So this one I did 2. This one I did 3. So I mean, it's whatever it's your preference, really.
Yeah, whatever. Look, if you want more of a, depending on the weave you want, I
Yeah,
guess.
it's a personal preference. Yeah, and like I said, I think I'm gonna do some where I have like some are 4 and then some are 2. So just to see what it looks like, because not all the weaves are gonna be the same.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily. Just to get it all changed up and do it a little different. So that is what this is looking like. And
Mr.
now let's go. Um, Nancy said I asked Nancy a question. I know, and she answered. The blanket is for her mother-in-law. She's making a wheelchair blanket for her mother-in-law. She might have answered it when you stepped away, or might have told that when you stepped away. Okay, y'all. So let me go over here to the Jeopardy category question, all that kind of good jazz. Okay, so it is still familiar phrases. And listen carefully to the question or to the answer. Because when I first read it, I was thinking, ooh, I know what it could be, but focus on, I did get it right, but
Hey,
I had to
Mr.
reread the
Jerry.
question. Hey, I did have to read the question again to make sure I understood it or the answer. Well, however, y'all know what I mean. Okay, so the category is familiar phrases. And the answer is when you shift responsibility, you pass the buck. When you ask for donations, you pass this accessory. And there's Mr. Jerry coming in saying howdy do to everybody. Mr. Jerry, I thought about you today when Mr. Trooper Man pulled me over because he was Trooper Brown. Brown was his last name, but he was really nice. He was letting me know that my tags had expired on my car.
For real?
Even though it's a new car, but I transferred the plates from my previous car. But I normally get like a renewal card in the mail to
Uh-huh.
remind me. And guess what? I did not get one. I didn't get a renewal card, but I guess it's because of the timing of everything.
Oh, when you
But
got the
he was letting me know that my plates expired in April. So they didn't just expire; they expired in April.
April, and
Yes,
they just
but
pulled
he
you
was
over.
super duper nice because I had been sitting at the park eating pizza for lunch, and I was heading back to work. And
Mm-hmm.
when I was pulling out, they were sitting at the community center, which is right beside the park. And so, I mean, I guess I paused right in front of him. So he was able to see clearly that they had expired. And so, and I didn't pay any, I pulled out and went on back to work. And I saw blue lights come flying up to me as I was getting ready to turn into work. So I thought maybe he was just getting ready to buzz past me, So I got over and turned on into the parking lot. And then I realized that he turned into the parking lot behind me. And I was like, I
He was
wasn't speeding.
following you.
I was like, I wasn't speeding. What the heck? And so then when he told me that, I was like, oh, yes, you are correct. I was like, but thank you so much for letting me know because, I mean, truthfully, I probably would have been still driving on them 2 months from now unless I just happened to
To look
notice.
at it.
So Jerry said, amazing. All you have to do is be polite. Exactly. And he was super nice. And I just told him, I said, I'll take care of this first thing in the morning. I promise. Is that okay? And he's like, well, he's like, you can go take care of it right now when we finish here. And I'm like, well, I'm on my lunch break. I'm going back to work. He's like, oh, where do you work? I was literally in the parking lot at my work. And I was like, right there. And it was break time. So like everybody was like either looking out the window or sitting in their car or standing outside. So Jerry said Dawn's not feeling well, so she took a nap. Oh, well, I hope she gets to feeling better. I totally missed West Coast Wednesday last night because my phone was about to lose its charge, and so I had be crafty is not the word tonight, y'all. So I went to my room to plug in my phone and wait for West Coast Wednesday, and I was reading a book while I was waiting, and the next thing I know, my alarm was going off telling me to get up for work. I was like, well, alrighty then. I'll give the word for link dropping at 9:30.
It's
for those that are wondering. That's what time I give the word is at 9:30. Well, probably 9:31. I give the ads time to do their thing.
The Be Crafty is working, madam.
Oh, Be Crafty. What did they put? Oh, something was working up. Somebody put something else before. Be kind is what they put. Yeah, Be Crafty is it. But if y'all would wait until 9:30 and only drop your link one time, please.
If you already did.
If you've already dropped it, please don't drop it again. Jerry said, I had an accident cleaning off the yarn off his desk to knock the soda down, and the Captain Picard head fell on top, and it took that can out. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah. The one that was earlier was Be Kind. Somebody dropped Be Kind. Yeah, Be Crafty is the word. My bad. Little Lego said Captain Picard figures. LOL. But yeah. So did the yarn soak up soda? And
did the yarn survive?
Yeah. Because if it's cotton, just wash it. If it's 100% wool, soak it. Little Lego says to Jerry, have you seen Star Trek Picard yet, Jerry? Season 3 is the best season. I have not.
We've seen it.
I have not. Samantha, how far is your Buc-ee's from you? It is probably 2 hours-ish. 2 hour, maybe hour and a half, 2 hours to one of them, maybe. And then there's another one that's about 3-ish hours. No, it's probably farther than that. I got one that's probably 2 and one that's probably 4. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe. Give or take. Yeah, it's not close. Little Lego said it corrects Star Trek Nemesis. Let's see. Jerry says, working on the yarn bowl out of a Jack Skellington for my sweetie. The yarn is safe. It was in the laundry basket using to make my hippie bag. I saw a picture of that. That's looking really cool. He said, but my carpet needs a steam clean now. That's okay, but the yarn is safe, and that's all that matters.
Yes.
I'm going to do this one 2 rows just to show y'all how it looks a little different if you wanted to do 2 versus 3. And you can mix it up. It's your choice. And let's see here. That's right. Chris K says better the carpet than the yarn. Exactly. Samantha, how long is this? I'm going to say The Sevierville Bucky's is probably 4.5 hours, probably, because it takes me about 5 hours to get to Gatlinburg.
Oh, I have to go.
And the Bucky's is at the interstate, which is a little. It's you have to drive a little ways to get to Sevierville and Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg from the interstate. Yep. Alrighty, y'all. Let me go up here. It's 9:15. Let me scroll back up and see what kind of answers we were getting. I saw a couple that said pass the plate.
Mishi says, "What is a hat?"
And the plate, remember, okay, now read it because it says you pass this accessory, and the plate is not an accessory. And Chris K said, what is the hat? And
you want to hear something funny?
Mm-hmm.
I know we're doing the Jeopardy question, right? And I saw those answers. I'm like, why is everybody saying hat? What did I miss a question? Say, oh, okay, now I get it.
I'm scrolling. Yep, because we got to talking about me getting pulled over, and so now I'm scrolling, going back down. And there's where Miss Mishi says, what is a hat? And Lisa, yes, that is a shop. Bucky's is it is a gas station, but it's like it's like a really fancy gas station, and the bathrooms are like super duper nice. Jerry said, I lived 5 minutes from the Temple, Texas Bucky's a few months ago. And Jerry said, hat is a good one. And Samantha, yes, Jerry's in Cali. Jerry says, I walk around with a plate all the time. It goes with my hippie bag and Wookie onesie. Sandra sent me an email. Love this stitch. Awesome. All right, so let me go over here to my banner. And for those that are listening, and you might have missed it, the Jeopardy category is familiar phrases. And the answer is, when you shift responsibility, you pass the buck. But when you ask for donations, you pass this accessory. And for those of you that said, what is the hat? You are correct. Because pass the plate is what I, like, when I first was reading it, I was like, oh, pass the plate. And I'm like, oh, wait, that's not an accessory. I'm like, I bet it's hat.
I was thinking pass the plate too.
Mm-hmm. Because, that's, but, yeah. Unless, of course, you're a fireman and then it's pass the boot.
True.
But the question is, what is the hat? Angel said jar. Exactly. That works too. Pass the Dutchie. You're being silly now. Yeah, pass the hat, pass the plate, though, was my first thought when I read it. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Jerry says to Chris K, I definitely made the better choice. Samantha, I was just making a little washcloth to show how to make this stitch. Really, it's just like a little sample swatch here to show how to do the stitch. Okay, so now I've done 2 rows, and I was going to show y'all how you can shorten it. So if you don't like the elongated look, you can make it shorter. And if that's the case, then after you do your 2 rows, then you would go ahead and start the opposite. Nope, I forgot my half double. Do your half double.
I did that on a roll, but I wasn't gonna go back and add it because
Mm-mm.
I
You
noticed
can
it.
just you can fake it till you make it.
I faked it a couple times, and then here you got the three stitch the three doubles. There was
Mm-hmm.
one that I did a fourth one. I don't know how. I'm fudging that one.
Yeah, it works. Whatever works.
Especially with this squishy fabric, it's so dense that you're not gonna notice it
Yep.
by
And
just for one stitch.
yep. And if you watch my tutorial, when I get to the end, I'm like, where's my stitch? And I just went right here on the side. I was like, okay, there it is. Hey, Carrie. She said, I'd like to say hello
Hello,
and
Miss
welcome you. Good
Carrie.
day. That is my name, song reference. And Lego says, do you know why they say pass the hat? I don't know that I do. I might, when you tell me, I might be like, oh yeah, I knew that. And then, but at the moment, it's not popping in my head. So, Carrie, did you hear me say hello to you a while ago? I didn't know if you were lurking in the bushes, but I said hello before you said hello. All right, Lisa says, bye all. Once I finish sewing up the beanie, I'm off to the shops. Have a great night. Well, have fun, Miss Lisa. Enjoy your nice long
Hi.
weekend. And Susan said, did I do 23 plus 2 and 2? I did 21 plus 2 and 2 for this one. So that my stitch count, my working stitch count was 23. But I started with chain of 21 and then 2 and then 2. Actually no, I didn't. I take that back. I did a half double foundation row. But I was going to do 21 plus 2 and then do double crochet. But yeah, I did this one a little different just because. And Mishi says, your garden room turned out so cute, Nancy. I know, didn't it?
Thank you.
Alrighty, little Lego dude says, etymology from the practice of placing money in a hat circulated to collect funds from a small group.
I start the remodel of what I'm going to do for next Tuesday is I'm going to have the room box ready for the new living room,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're going to brainstorm what I want to add to it, like we did with the garden room.
Yeah.
I am keeping the fireplace that's in the existing living room, but I'm cutting it out from there to add it to the new room
Oh.
because I
Oh,
like it. It may change color depending on the decor, but I like the style.
gotcha. All right, Miss Susan, how do I start the first row, please? Are you wanting to just make a little washcloth or are you talking about for the blanket? For the blanket, you're just going to do a row of double crochet and then start the basket weave. For the blanket, it's going to be in multiples of 4 in order for the stitch count to work out. You should have 198 stitches. So you'll start with a half double and then you'll do 4 front, 4 back, 4 front, 4 back, in with a half double. So you're going to work in multiples of 4 for the blanket in order for the stitch count to work. For this little washcloth, I did a half double crochet row first, and then I just did a row of double. But you can just start straight out. Like if you do 21 plus 2 plus 2, and then do a row of double crochet, and then you just start doing the basket weave until you get a square. And this one is in multiples of 3. And let's see here. Samantha says, how long have you been crocheting for? I have been crocheting since I was 8. So a long time, 40 plus years. How about you, Miss Nancy?
I've been crocheting since I was 13. I'll be 55 next month, so that's what 42 years, right? Yeah, 42 years.
Don't ask me to math. Alrighty, so here
No,
is,
it's after 9 o'clock.
yep. Let's see. Here's who. Okay, so Little Lego said, "Where does the term hat come from?" From from Middle English hat, from Old English hop. We're gonna say that. Proto-Germanic hatuts, from Proto. I'm destroying these words. I know. Indo-European cod, which means to guard, cover, for, protect. Cover for, comma, protect. And Susan said, "Did I skip any stitches for the first row about doubles?" Oh, hey, Miss Francis. She said, "Hello and thank you. That was kind. And how do I accept a membership?" You just automatically get it when it is gifted to you like that. You do not have to accept anything. And then I do have custom emojis that you can play with. And so you'll have 1 month of the membership for free. So you have access to my member videos and all that kind of fun jazz.
All those cool emojis.
Yeah. And since you're in here, this is for everybody that was gifted a membership or is new to the Hive. This is for y'all. And I'm going to take that answer off and I'm going to play that again so y'all can see what it says. And Miss Carrie says she is getting dressed for the Dollar General. And there's Samantha saying, "Take the banner off." Yep, already did. I was trying to do it while it was playing. I wasn't clicking it fast enough. Well, Carrie, for the Dollar General, all you gotta do is just, put on clothes. And there's Miss Angel playing with the emojis.
Yes.
I do have custom emojis, and I will be coming out with a be watching this weekend because I meant to do it this week, and it's just been a busy week. I just hadn't had time. I'm gonna do a watch my community. I'm gonna have a community post for members asking some questions or asking for questions. You'll see what I mean.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, Miss Granny D, how are
Yes,
ya?
baby.
Little Lego says I'm a walking dictionary. I am not.
You can keep that job.
Okay, so let me take it up here. I know it's actually, let me zoom me down. Hey, Jerry says everyone is with Google in the pocket. I know, right? Let me zoom in just a little bit here. Okay, so I can show y'all. Okay, so these are the ones that I did with the little 3 crossbars, as I call them. So I've got 3 front posts and then 1, 2, 3. That way it
Hello,
stays
Miss Aisha.
same numbers. Hey, Aisha. But if, like I said, if you think this looks too elongated, and it's going to be based on what yarn you're using, what hook you're using as the height of your stitch, because, if you're using a smaller hook, it's going to be, shorter. Okay, so then these here's where I did 2. So it makes it just a little squanchier. But it's really not that, I guess I could have done it like this. But, so I mean, it's just a personal preference. It's just whatever you want, however you want. You can do the stitch however floats your boat, really. Like I said, it looks harder than it really is.
You know it's pretty easy when Nancy is actually doing a big project with it. Because the moss stitch is pretty. I'm not saying it's not pretty, but it took me. It wasn't my favorite, and I wasn't gonna make a big project with that. The sedge stitch, worked up quick, and I made a big project with that. The Irish
Um,
stitch worked up quick. I made a big project with that.
mhm. And basket weave is not going to work up as quick just because it is. I mean, it shrinks us down, but it doesn't shrink down a whole lot because I mean it's about the height of a half double. But I like it. And Jerry says, "OMG," or Zach says, "OMG, Jerry, I always want to call you Harry. I'm sorry. It's okay." Little Lego says, "Shh, don't give away my secret, Mr. Yarn Doll." Let's see here. Jerry says. Jerry said a few people do that, but if I did not have a light up keyboard, I would type like a drunk on a payday.
My husband has a light up keyboard. I told him to give it to me.
Oh, yeah.
He goes, "Oh, so you're saying to give this one to you so I can get myself a new one?"
Too funny. Miss Samantha said, "What is the word tonight?" You already dropped it, but the word for tonight, for those that have not dropped your link yet, if you want to, is Be Crafty. That's BEE Crafty, all one word. And Mr. Nightbot will drop your link.
And like she said, once per stream.
And in that way, everybody in the chat or that are catching the replay and looking at the live chat can check out your channel.
Mm-hmm.
Be sure you have content so that they have something to see. Or if you're just looking to get your community tab, let people know. Say, hey, I'm looking for people to come hang out and so I can get my community post or your community tab. If you're not.
I found out you have to turn something on in your settings, and your community post will populate.
Okay. There you go, y'all. But yeah, so if y'all are looking to, for those that aren't familiar, if with the community tab, if you have a community tab, you can make posts similar to what you would see on Facebook or Instagram, and then you can share out your friends' live streams, or you can share out other things that are of interest to you. Samantha says, "How?" Nancy, didn't you do a community?
I did a community post showing that.
Yeah. Um, the only thing about a community post is you can't put a link to a community post. But Samantha, I don't remember where it is you go turn that on at.
Miss Samantha already has community posts, a community tab.
Oh, you do have, okay. Well, there you go, Samantha. You have your community tab.
Yeah.
Do you know how to do you know how to access your community tab and make community posts, Samantha? Or is that what you're asking? How to do a post on a community tab?
She has posts on there too.
Okay, why and yes. So I don't understand which you just click the little plus button. So like you're wanting to make a post or post a video, you just click that little plus, and it's going to give you the option to either post a video or do a post. And you'll click post, and then you can upload a photograph to your community tab. Good deal, Mr. Little Lego has 2 channels. Got Little Lego Yarn Dude and then also Little Lego.
Miss Samantha, I just went to your channel. You do have community posts that you've already posted. So I'm not understanding the question.
So how do you post on a community tab? So you can only post on your own community tab, but you can if you so like say you wanted to share out my live just because I'm live and it'd be easy for me to show you how to do that. You would go to where it has the little share button, the little arrow.
Mm-hmm.
You would click that and it would say, how do you want to share? Do you want to, share it to Facebook but it gives you the option to share it as a post.
Yeah.
And then that would, when you do that one, it will post it to your community tab. And so anybody that follows you on your channel will be able to see your community tab post, and then they can click on that link, which will take them to whoever's live. You can also copy. So like if you just went to like if you wanted to share out somebody's channel, say you went over to Nancy's channel and just copied the link to her channel, then you can come back to your YouTube and go to click the little plus sign and create a post, and then you can just start typing, hey everybody, go check out Nancy. Or if you're on your phone, like if you're on the computer, you can just hit the little app, but then you can paste where you copied that link.
You guys are going too fast.
So that's just a few ways you can do that.
Too fast where?
Look at Pam's hands, and Nancy's hands. They're just too fast.
Well, Miss Pam started slow at the beginning.
But she's like expediente. Look at that. And Nancy, you're so fast.
You're welcome, Miss Samantha. I don't know if that I'm sure that was clear as mud. Little Lego says he's trying to get 250 on his little Lego and just can't seem to get it there for the life of me. LOL. You'll get there. It just my channel. I grew my channel slowly,
But
ever so slowly.
But surely.
Yep. And I know I'm just sitting here, but that's because I've. Mishi says clear as mud. That's a southern phrase, which means it wasn't clear at all. I convoluted it. Mishi said, so not clear. You and hubby with your phrases. I said something today. Was it today? And I wondered if it would be on the phrases. Oh, let me think of what it was, because I was going to ask y'all if it's a southern thing. So as clear as mud. Is that a southern phrase? Everybody in the chat. Okay, so Mishi's from Germany, so I can understand her not knowing that. So as clear as mud. Anybody that's not from the South, have y'all ever heard that phrase?
I have.
Little Lego said the closest he was at 249, and then it went to 245. And then the next time you look, you'll be at 260. It'll just jump. My advice to you, don't look at the number. Like, if you're looking at like every day, then
it's gonna discourage you.
It's gonna discourage you. Yes, I'd say look at it once a week. Just try not to look at the numbers. Okay, so Jen says she's in Ohio and she's heard it. Sanja's heard it. Chris K says, of course. Okay. See, there's certain things that I think are Southernisms. But I can't think of what it was, and I was going to remember it to ask y'all if y'all had heard it. Now I don't remember what it was. I should have wrote it down.
Can I say something?
Sure.
Crocheting live on the panel.
Uh-huh.
It's helped me do more lines than I did all day today.
Woohoo! Yay!
Because I'll do a few stitches and squirrel.
I do that.
But being here is like, okay, I have to. I can't not stop and not do something. It's like dead air. No, nobody.
Little Lego says, I say y'all all the time. Me too. Me too. I say y'all a lot.
That's weird.
Every time I come into somebody's chat, I say howdy, y'all. And for those that wonder, yes, I do say howdy in my everyday life. Like if I see somebody at work, howdy do. Yep. It's not just something I type in chat. It's something that I say. She says, David will say, be back directly. I was like, what? That means he'll be right back.
I've never heard that one.
Oh, you hadn't? Directly?
Mm.
Yep. Yep. I had, several people in my family used to say directly a lot. Like, well, when can we do it? Well, directly. That means soon. Little Lego says, y'all come back now, you hear? Mishi says, then just say that. He did. He said he'd be back directly. That's the same thing. Man, I wish I could remember what it was. Doggone. But it was something I was like, that's got to be a Southern thing. Little Lego says, down the road a piece. Yep. Sandra said, directly is very common here. Sandra, remind me where you're at. I know you're. I should know this. I know I asked you.
Conniption
Missy's
fit.
got a good one. A conniption fit. Yes.
Yes, I've heard that one.
Yep. Oh my gosh! Don't have a conniption fit. It'll be fine. Ah. I'm gonna be laying in bed tonight trying to go to sleep, and all at once I'll be like, "Oh, that's the phrase." Chris K says, "Do you look out your window?" I don't say window. I say window, but I do have a lot of. I do know a lot of people that say window. I do, and what is clear is that I knew that meant window. Little Lego says, Utahns say you guys, which is similar to hey man. And I know a lot of Northerners say use guys with an S on that. Use guys. Sandra's in Kentucky on the Virginia border. Okay, see, I was thinking Kentucky, but I didn't want to say Kentucky. Because then I was like, Michi says, he says for her to stop having a conniption fit, and I had no idea what he meant, and it made me even more angry.
So you were having a conniption fit.
So do you know what it means now? I'm going to turn my camera since I'm not doing anything but just sitting here. But I'm going to back away first because I do not want to be all up. I don't want y'all all up in my grill. Because I have my camera zoomed in. Howdy, howdy. Little Lego says, lived in Utah for 20 years. Jen Reeves says, idea, idea, idea. My grandma would say these both. Yep, I got an idea. Yep. I've heard it. I won't say I never say it because sometimes I say it. Not like not if I'm at work speaking to someone properly on the phone, but if I'm sitting there talking to my friend, I'll be like, "Oh, I got this idea. Come on, I got the idea. Let's do this." Mishi, deader than a doornail is his favorite. Oh, I say that a lot. I do say that a lot. Little Lego said, my mom called mirror a mirror. Mirror. Look in the mirror. That's how I say it. Mirror. Yeah. Mirror. Jen Reese says wash. I don't say wash, but I do know a lot of people that say wash. I do. Just I do. And a lot of my southernness, I call it my redneckery or my country is cornbread, comes out when I'm tired. I talk really, really fast and really, really southern. Mishi says, Mom number 2 says a naughty one all the time, and now I catch myself saying it too. It's naughty. It's naughty. Jen says, I don't, but my mom does for wash. And I don't say crick for creek, but I know people that say crick.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I do. What other Southernisms y'all got? Man, I wish I could remember what that was.
I've done 4 rows.
Woohoo! Yay, Nancy! Oh, Samantha wanted to see my blanket. I bet she's done gone to bed. Hold on. Jen says, I say both crick and creek. Chris K says she's applauding that I know what a winder is. Of course I know what a winder is. And I also knew it wasn't winder. It's a winder. It could have been a winder, but based on the conversation we're having, it's a
Yep.
winder. Okay.
I read it as winder too.
All right, so here's my blankie. And I'll get started on the basket weave. And Little Lego says, how about the word plum? I do say that. It's plum crazy hot in here. Yep. I do that. I do say that on occasion. Occasionally.
I've heard it, but I've never said that.
Okay, so here's January, February. Okay, January was moss. Then we had sedge, half double, shell stitch, iris. And then for June, I'll do my basket weave. Jen says, ooh, love the colorway. It's mostly all shades of blue. That's why you loving it. I think every color has blue in it. It's the Roll With It tweed. And it's all different shades of, yeah, they're all different shades of blue. And, here's one. This one's called Oceanic. And then I've got Stormy Blues. And then even the one that's got the purple is called Violet. Even that one is got blue in it. Sandra said, yep, plum tuckered out. Jerry says, okay, I have to design up and print a furls holder. These things are all over my desk. Okay, so I haven't tried it yet, Jerry, but I bought, it's still in a box. I think it's, well, actually it's unboxed, but I haven't taken it out of, okay. It came in an Amazon box, which I've opened, but the thing that it's in is still in that box. But it's a test tube holder. And I think it's going to be wide enough because I don't think that this is wider than a test tube. So I think it's going to fit in there, and I think it'll hold a dozen. It's either 10 or 12. But I got it on Amazon, and it's wooden, and it was really pretty. And yet it's not on my desk yet because I was waiting until I got my desk. And now I got my desk, so now I got to go find it to see how it's going to work. But that would work, I hope. That's what I bought it for. Just saying. Okay, let me make us back same size so y'all aren't just looking away. Okay, scrolly. But you could design up and 3D print you one. But if you just wanted to get yourself a wooden one off of Amazon, try the test tube holder. Like I said, I just never knew plums were crazy or hot.
Miss Pam, you know Jerry's gonna be wanting to play with his 3D printer.
I know, but he's printing a yarn bowl. He's printing a yarn bowl right now, so he could get them. Yeah. Mishi says in a month of Sundays, her grandma-in-law used to say that. I've heard that. And I have also said that. I don't use it a lot. Well, I say I don't use it a lot, but I probably use it more than I think I do. Little Lego says, I didn't know plums could be tuckered either. Yep, plum tuckered out. Somebody said that up here. Yep, Sanja. Mm-hmm.
There we go. I finished that one.
She said, jerk a knot in your tail. I have also said that.
Let's see. Right now it is, let's see. I think finishing this cake should be just long enough.
Oh, so you don't even have to use another one.
Nope. So 4 cakes.
Cool.
So I still have 3 cakes left of this color.
So I just said to little Lego, puckered plums or prunes. Jerry says, I'm a maker. Karen said she got a makeup brush holder on Amazon for like $6. Dang, I wish I could think of what that was. I can't even remember what I was doing. Karen said, Walmart has them, the makeup brush holders. I do. I'll try to find my thingy. Test tube holder thingy.
I'm gonna go dehydrate.
Okay. But yeah, I think the test, but because I looked at some on the ones on furls, their holders, and then also looked at some of the round like wooden hooks. You could buy the holder separate, and it was expensive. And then I don't know, either somebody said something about test tubes or they were using the test tube holder to make something else, and I was like, I bet my furls would fit in one of those. But I haven't tried it yet. Hey, Nifty, welcome in. Said to Nancy, well, I'll tell her when she gets back. This stitch is called the basket weave. Macy said, good Lord, we done started something. He'll say we're like white on rice. What does that mean? Okay, white on rice means like, how do you describe that? It is what it is. I mean, rice is white. Mishi said, he's so southern, I tell y'all. Good night, Niecy. She said, I'm tired and I think the bed is calling my name along with my pillow and an episode of Friends. Oh, I love Friends. I say white on rice, but how can I? There are other phrases that mean the exact same thing as, but like pig in mud. Little Lego said, well, technically,
Hello, Nifty.
rice is white, so that makes sense. But natural rice is tan and bleached to be white. Nifty says, oh, basket weave. Now that you said it, I feel like I should have guessed. It's really nice. We'll have to watch the replay. I hope it is easy. It is easy. And I also have, you are more than welcome to rewatch the live in case we answer any questions. But I also have a shorter tutorial. It's in the description box below. Mishi says, matter in a wet hen. Do hens not like water? Have you ever seen a wet hen? They don't like it. They like shake it all off. Jen says, like flies on poop. I know they say you can catch more flies with honey, but they like poop too. And Nancy, how big did you say your blanket was? Oh, let's see. Jerry?
It's 28 wide, and so far it is 21 long.
And she's just doing like a lap gan for to sit in a wheelchair. That way it won't get in the way of like the wheels or drag the ground. And Jerry said he was thinking about doing something small cup, like for stitch markers. That would work. And a row in the back for furls up front for the Amazon cheapies. And a lay down tray up front for a hook and use. Oh, so you're wanting to make like a big thingy. And he says he's got to have a Grogu on there. That sounds really cool though. And little Lego Jen, I say that all the time, but the other version, I know I started to say something, but I had to censor myself. Mishi said he also says "oh foot" a lot. I say that too. And Chris K says, "Yep, nope, hens hate it when you splash them." Just saying. And Tracy saying, that sounds cool, Jerry. I know, right? Little Lego. My brain is about to explode. Jen says, she's just keeping it clean.
I was going off Jerry's last comment. It had to have a Grogu on it. I'm painting my 3D printed Grogu tomorrow.
Yes, y'all.
With the new plaid paint for plastics that according to their website, is made to be able to paint on 3D printed items.
Oh, it does say that? Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I like the little... Oh, I didn't get the one like you did. I was looking over there, and I didn't even buy it. I don't know why I'm looking over there. The colored 3D stuff. The filament. What is it called? Is that what it's called? No, that's not what it's called. What's the stuff called, Jerry? The plastic stuff that you 3D print on.
It is filament.
Is it filament?
Yeah.
The one that you got that's iridescent-y.
Oh yeah, the rose.
I like the iridescent-y stuff. It's really cool looking.
This one?
Yeah, that one.
Where you turn it is a different color.
I like that. That's pretty. The Lego suddenly got quiet. I know, right? Well, we're getting ready to end. We got just a couple minutes here. I've been trying to go 2 hours, mostly because I've been like super tired. So, but yeah, I didn't finish my thing. Mine. There it is. Didn't finish because I think I'm gonna redo it.
There's mine.
I think I'm gonna redo it and turn it into a dish pad, maybe. I don't know. And Darcy said, "That's pretty, Nancy."
Well, I'm not sure. I don't, because right now I have it on my lap, and it's going down to my calf.
So you might need to make it a little longer.
No, I think that it should be.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, calf.
I'll show you.
Well, yeah, because you don't want it to go too.
Not a cow, a calf. Come on, camera. Oh well. See, I have it on my waist here.
Yeah.
And then it's
because you don't want it to be too long because then it's gonna get in the way of her foot pedal thingies.
Here's my ankle, right?
Well, you could still probably finish that skein.
Because she's shorter than me.
Oh. Are her legs shorter than you? Is she like long?
No, she's short.
You could work. It could work. Macy said, this was fun. Nice to hear you say those phrases like the hubby. What in tarnation is another one? Yeah, I say that too.
I think I might do 2 more rows because I want to end it with a dark the purple itself. Because right now is white, and then once I finish the white, it starts with the purple again.
So do you want it to end with purple?
Yeah, because I started with purple.
Garcia said it needs to be longer. If it was just going to be a lap gan for like a couch or something, so it would cover up her feet, but since it's to go on her lap while she's in the wheelchair, you don't want to be too long because it'll drag the floor or get in the way. And Karen said that's a great color and yarn for that stitch. I agree. Little Lego trying to learn crocheting. Did I spell that right? I don't know if it has 2 T's, but I know what it is. I know what you meant, and that's all that matters.
Yep.
Jerry says, I can design in 3D, so making up several designs will be fun and give me something to do when the cutie is sleeping. Chris K says to Mishi, oh, foot is in place of more profane words. Yep, it could take the place of another 4-letter F word. Farts. Fart. I say farts a lot too. Farts. That's just,
What?
5 letters. Huh?
We already did those words, honey. He says, "What about poop?"
Yep. I'm telling y'all. I'm just gonna say, Little Lugger says when someone says they put their foot in their mouth, I always ask, "Would you like ketchup?" I saw a plaque today. It made me laugh. It says, it said, if you're gonna talk behind my back, you're in a good spot to kiss my butt. Except it didn't say butt, and it had a picture of a donkey on there. It made me laugh. Okay, let's see. But you said put your foot in, but anyway. Okie dokie.
My husband's not saying all kinds of words that you can say, but.
She said, Mom number 2 cracks me up when she says F me running. I laugh because I say that a lot too. Jerry says I use that one a lot, Musi. Mm-hmm.
My highness.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually.
Musi says she's catching herself saying it now too.
I was supposed to go reverse it already because that's 1, 2, 3. Okay. I was making this one a little too tall.
What?
I was supposed to start on reversing it.
Oh, doing the gotcha. I got you. Darcy was in the ads. Should be back now. I'm still trying to remember what that other one was. Dang. And it was just today. I should just wrote it down.
What were you doing when
I don't even know. I was probably at work. I mean, I was obviously at work, but I mean, I could have been reading. Could have been when I was at lunch.
Something the cop said?
No, it wasn't nothing he said. He was actually really nice, though. He was really nice because he didn't give me a ticket. He didn't give me. I say that too, Mishi. Mishi said what she says. It's hilarious because she's old, and it's when she gets angry. It's hilarious when she gets angry. Oh my goodness. Yep. I'm gonna try to remember what it was, and then I'm gonna have to drop it in the. Karen said, "Was he good looking?" He was a baby. He's probably the same age as my kid, but he wasn't bad looking. And then when I got inside, one of the girls at work, they asked me who it was. And I told her it's Trooper Brown, and she said, "Oh, that's my cousin's husband." And she said he showed up for they had like a family get together, and he came with her, and he's like, "Whose vehicle is such and such?" And she's like, "That's mine." He's like, "Nice tint on those windows." She goes, "Mm-hmm, it is, and it's legal. Mind your business." So yeah, mind your business. Is that another Southernism?
Well, that's from Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
Mind your business.
Mind your business. Mind your business.
I just know I've said it a lot, and she says it a lot, and so yep. But no, he was really nice, so I was happy. And I mean, honestly, I'm glad he told me, because seriously, I mean, I don't look, and the way the bumper comes over, I mean, I couldn't see the number, the expiration date, like when I pop the trunk and stuff, I can't see it. Little Lego said business. Business. Southern.
Since you're planning to go out of town soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, because there's no telling how long it would have been before it finally like clicked in my head or dawned on me that business and business. Normally I say like, yeah, mind your business, but business. Yes, that is it. Business. Yes. Busyness. Mm-hmm. Busyness is also Southern. I also say that too. Dang, I wish I could think of that other thing. I'm gonna think of it eventually, and then I'm gonna put it on a community post to be like, "This is what it was,"
Yes,
or I'll
yes.
write it down. We could talk about it next week because it's gonna bug me. It's bugging me now because I can't think of
Oh,
what
we
it
can
is.
talk about it on Saturday.
Oh yeah, I could talk about it Saturday. And do I know what craft I'm doing Saturday? I don't. I do not. I don't. No. Mm-mm. I don't.
I'm sure you'll be doing something.
Yep, I'll be doing something and I'll figure it out between now and when I go live on Saturday. Between now and then, I'll figure it out. All right, y'all. I hope y'all have a fantastic night, and I thank y'all so very much for coming and hanging out with us. So let me go over here and see. Whoop, hold on. Chris K says the state of Illinois has quit sending out renewal stickers. Oh, see, ours did. We get a little card, like a little postcard that, and then you can take that little postcard, and we have kiosks at different grocery. We have a kiosk at a grocery store, and you can scan it, boop boop, and then it prints out your little sticker. And so
Didn't you have that problem last year where you misplaced your little postcard?
yeah, but I found that. That was for my kid. I found that one though. That was for my sons. But this but the barcode is on the registration, but I had a temporary registration, so I wasn't sure if it was the same one. And so I called the county clerk, and my friend is the clerk, so he emailed me my other one, and it wouldn't work on that one. But the temporary one, I scanned it, boop boop, and I got to get my little sticker. And I went straight out and I stuck it on my car. So now I'm legal again. Jen says, have I ever done paper quilling? I have not. I have seen it, but I have not done it. I think Nancy has done it, but I have not done it.
I've done it. I have two videos on my channel where I play around with it.
Cute.
Because I've that's not the paper that I was using was not the right paper. Again, some things it's okay to buy inexpensive supplies to try it out, but if you want to continue, you need to get the nicer supplies, and quilling is one of them.
Gotcha. I haven't tried it though, but it's
fun. I got all the tools and all the little gadgets and stuff, but the paper I got was from one of those companies that send me free stuff.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the best paper.
Gotcha. Jen says it's pretty. Let me scrolly. Little Lego said I used to make fun of my mom when she would say Meryl. She'd say, stop making fun of my English. Say your way. I'll say it my way. She's right. Angel said, had fun, ladies. Thanks for the chat. You're welcome. Karen said, California DMV can't go in unless your stuff is expired. Well, that's just dumb. Why you gotta wait till it's expired? Oh, she said everything's online now. Yeah. Yep. I do know one thing I was going to tell y'all. If you have not seen it, I have not been to my stores. I have not been to either one of them, the Hobby Lobbies. I hadn't been to the Hobby Lobby 30 minutes that way or the one that's 25 minutes that way. But I have been seeing that Hobby Lobby, some of them have started their June clearance. So y'all go check them out. I did find a few things on clearance when I was there a couple weeks ago. They had a lot of orange stickers, but it wasn't to the yarn yet. But it's to the yarn now at some of them. So y'all go check it out.
I saw this one lady post 3 shopping carts full. She goes, this is making up for not shopping last year.
Hey, there you go. I mean, that's Karen said she went yesterday and got $10.99 yarn for $2.74.
Ooh, that's
Again,
nice.
y'all be sure to go look. Jen said she hasn't shopped either. Susan said it was nice to see you both. Little Lego says I miss my mom. Aw, I'm sorry.
Sorry,
Well,
hug.
hopefully us talking about this stuff tonight makes you happy and brings up some good memories.
Yes.
Jen said later, Gators. But yeah, so I might have to make my way over. I guess I'll go to the one that's, the one that's that way. Because they always start theirs a week before the one that's that way.
And travel that way later.
Yep. So I'll go to that one. And then, yeah. Rebecca says she's never been to a Hobby Lobby clearance sale. Do you have a Hobby Lobby anywhere near you? Because when they have their clearance sale, they clearance it out good. They don't just mark it down by 10 cents. They mark it down to sell it and get it out of there.
Well, you saw Miss Karen got it for less than $3
Mm-hmm.
for something that's over $10.
Aw, that's cool. Little Lego said there's going to be 2 spots for his mom and dad at his wedding on the 20th. That's awesome. Karen said our store did it early this year. Well, I think that from my understanding, they started generally the first week in June, but I want to say they must have started it this year, the last week of May, because I think the videos I was seeing, and it may not be. I mean, it could have been June, because we're already almost a week into June, y'all. Holy crow. But, so, Karen said it was the blanket yarn that she got.
That's the yarn I use for my emotional support animals.
And the thing about Hobby Lobby is I don't know if you can find the clearance yarn on their website.
I don't think. I think I checked last year. I don't think they have it on there.
So you'll have. I mean, you can look. I know one year they had some stuff. Let's see. Little Lego says they're not going to be going live, but I'm sure there will be pictures. Very cool. And Rebecca said she's seen everyone's haul, but her Hobby Lobby is an hour away. And unless you know for sure that the sale is going on, you don't want to drive an hour just to get there and find out that yarn is still regular price.
Some stores you can call and find out, but some people won't give you the right answer.
Mm-hmm. And they're not making it up when they tell you like if it hasn't started and they're like, I don't know when it's going to happen. And they don't, because they don't know until they get their list on the truck as to when it's going to start. But Karen said Michael's still has cakes for $5. Cool. Now Michael's, the closest Michael's to me is an hour away. So yeah.
Yeah, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, and Joann's is over an hour away from me.
Mm-hmm. Little Lego said he might do a little video. That'd be cool. Yeah, Michael's and Joann's are both, the closest ones are both about an hour away, but I do have Hobby Lobby 25 minutes to one and roughly 30-ish minutes to the other one. But yeah, it takes me an hour to get to the closest. Depending upon traffic, I might could be there 50-ish minutes, but for the most part, an hour. Because it's in Nashville, and one is in Franklin. Y'all don't know. If you don't know Tennessee, that's about you know where Nashville's at, maybe. It's in the middle of Tennessee. What he say?
Elvis would have gone to Hobby Lobby.
Elvis has left the building. He might.
For some of that shiny fabric.
Karen says, road trip. Look how much you would save. Mm-hmm. The Lego said, yep, his Michael has the cakes for $5 too. But which cakes are they? Of course, by the time I finally get around to going to Michael's, they probably won't have any more, or they'll just have ugly colors left. Or maybe not necessarily the ugly colors, but the cakes will be all ugly, like they'll be all like pulled out and just wadded up in a ball.
Like this, with no band.
The Lego Michael's is in Eureka. Oh, they have the cakes online too? Really? I do not need any cakes of yarn. I do not need any cakes of yarn. I do not need.
That's your mantra.
Need and want are two people.
That's your mantra this weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I might.
I don't need it. I don't need it. But I want it. Just like a few items at Dollar Tree that I want. I don't need them, but I want them.
Mm-hmm. Well, Lego said Eureka is a large city. If 30,000 people is large. Sure. I don't know how many people live in the town I live in. Up until a few years ago, we only had no stoplights. No, one. We had one at the four-way. We had one red light. And when I say that's the whole county had one stoplight. But now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think Okeechobee has about 6,000.
4, I think, maybe 5. Four that I can think of right now. 1, 2, 3. No, we did have a new one. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, maybe 4 or 5. I know my mom's probably already gone to bed, but I know we got 4 or 5. There might be one on the other side of town, on the other side of the county now. But yeah, that's the whole county, and my county's not little. It's a big county, but it's a lot of farmland. Karen said, that was her yesterday. Hubby is, you have hurt knee, but you still went to get your
priorities.
Exactly.
We have to get our priorities straight.
Well, Lego said Arcata, am I saying that right? Arcata is a one-horse town, and we have 2 lights.
Okeechobee is 5,400 population.
Ooh.
So it's small.
Hold on. Let me see here. Let me Google. My county, the county I live in, not the city, the county I live in, population 25,455.
Okay.
Arcata. So not Arcata, Arcata. Gotcha. Eureka has millions of lights all time to get you on red, and I'm not being sarcastic. Now the county beside me, which is where I go to like Hobby Lobby and all that, it used to be the same as like where I live, like as far as population and stoplights and the whole 9 yards. But that county has really grown in comparison to ours as far as industry. So there are lots and lots and lots of traffic lights there. But then I can come back here where there's none.
I think I'm going to end it with the white. Because I'm thinking that if I start the purple, I'm going to have to do 2 or 3 rows of purple in order to finish covering the white on this side. Unless I cut it and start with the white on the last row.
You mean start with the purple?
Yeah, you know what I meant. But it doesn't look
the purple
with the white.
So she could put what color did it start with?
Purple.
So she could put the white up if she's worried about it getting dirty. She could just put the white at the top and the purple at the bottom.
So I'm just gonna do a row of to fit. I started the row of what was it? Double crochet. So end up with the double crochet.
Sure. Yeah, just go into the top stitches. Yeah.
Yay!
All right, so I know we were getting ready to say our goodbyes a while ago, and then we got to chit-chatting about something else. So there you go. All right, y'all. Thanks again for coming and hanging out with us tonight. We greatly appreciate you. Where's my little, there it is. Looking for my little see you later video. But thanks for coming and hanging out with me and Miss Nancy. I hope y'all learned how to do the basket weave. I do have a tutorial in the description box below if you want to see it slowed down or maybe a little more up close and personal, y'all can check it out. I hope y'all have a fantastic weekend. Y'all can find Miss Nancy tomorrow night over on her channel at 7 Central, 8 Eastern. You got it. And then I'll be back live at 6 Central on Saturday. No, I do not have it scheduled yet, but I will get it scheduled for the Let's Get Crafting. Do I know what I'm doing? But I'll figure it out between now and then. It's always a mystery to me. All right, y'all. Remember, be creative, and until next time, happy crafting. Bye.